teams, 2 conferences. It's a road game for the Rockets, and Houston is looking to play Texas big. We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. Hi everyone, this is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. Taking a look at New York. Well, they are on top of their game right now, and guys on top of the league, the best record in both conferences.
Yeah, and the atmosphere in this building is incredible.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Well, tonight a battle between 2 very talented front courts, Doris. This could get pretty physical.
Well, this is a night, Kevin, to me, where the officials could dictate the level of physicality. They know that both teams have big, burly guys up front, that these guys like to engage physically. And so how is the game officiated, particularly at the start? That could set the tone for what could be a cage match.
Personally, do you like those kind of games, Doris?
I like a certain level of physicality, Kevin. I do think that we've cleaned up the perimeter game. I think officiating is such a nuanced deal that the best officials understand innately how something should be called.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Chris is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Webb. Then it's Harden, and it's Quarterman in at point. And he makes both free throws. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for New York. Here's Chapman. Pass to Cousins. Fires the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And very solid three-point shooter for a big man. Part of what makes Cousins so dangerous at that end of the floor.
Outside. And the pass to Chris. Capella kicks to Quarterman. 4 on the clock. Goes up the baseline. No good on that one. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Chapman. He had 28 points in the win against Washington.
And how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
Boy, great rhythm on the jumper. Every year, Butler gains more and more confidence in that catch-and-shoot game.
Webb the pass to Capella. To the wing right side. Houston moving it around. Webb dishes to Capella. Quarterman kicks to Chris. Drains the three-pointer. Chris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, to have his height and combine that with the fluid athleticism makes Chris a tough cover in the catch-and-shoot game.
The wide-open look here for Porzingis, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Quarterman, covered by Chapman. Harden against Butler. Harden outside. This one for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that the three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Here's Chapman. Here's Ingram. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Doris, you were the first female commentator to ever call a Knicks game on radio or television, and I imagine you remember that first broadcast very well.
I sure do, Kevin. It was against the Bucks. I filled in for the great Clyde Frazier, and the Knicks had just made it to the finals the year before, so it was exciting on a number of levels.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And guys, really no ceiling on Ingram. This is a guy who has the potential to be a truly great player before it's all done.
And so he makes both from the line. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Quarterman passes to Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 5.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Chapman. The putback. Cousins on the follow.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
And here's Quarterman. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 1. Harden kicks to Webb. Kicks it out to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3. And another 3 for Houston. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Here's Cousins. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Inside. And Chris throws it down.
Well, first of all, that's a great pass. But how about Chris with the vertical assault on the rim?
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Happy. Butler on the wing. Lets it fly. Nice shot from the wing. Butler's got his second basket. Houston's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Quarterman. He's covered by Chapman. Now, here is Webb. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Guys, a lot of people don't know that Marquise Chris, his first love was actually football. This guy had tremendous promise as a tight end, defensive end, safety, you name it.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. And when you think about possibilities, Chris would be an unbelievable red zone threat.
Well, if he were playing football, he'd probably have to be a tight end, right? And that was always the problem. This is why Chris switched to basketball, partly because that's what he's built for, right? He's tall, he's long, he's fluid, and his strength is more basketball-type strength.
The Knicks shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
Some teams in reality doors are out of the playoff picture right now. They've entered the evaluation phase of their season. Talk about what is involved there in that process.
Well, we've seen this before, Kevin, and there are nights where we're covered games where we know, okay, this is an organization that is assessing things from top to bottom. So which players, particularly the young players, need minutes so that they can accelerate their development? Which veterans are going to be a long-term part of the equation, because then you want the young guys and those veterans to have their collective experience start to grow. So there's a lot going on here from an evaluation standpoint when you're out of the playoff picture.
Great reveal of the front office and the way they think and want to process it.
You got to love the intensity. Cousins going right for the throat and just jamming that one home.
Here's Quarterman. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte.
Really, he exposed a lot of seams in the defense with his passing, too. That assist total was impressive.
Knocked loose, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Knocked loose, and so here is Houston. Webb kicks to Harden. The Rockets again can't hit.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
That's a superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And with it, guarded by Ingram. Webb the pass to Quarterman. He dishes it to Capella. Harden inside the three-point line. And that one goes long.
Well, they know not to leave him open for mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Rockets trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Kicks it to Capella. Here's Chris. A three-pointer is right on target. Chris has got 10.
The touch is there. Next comes the consistency. Chris wants to be seen as a threat from deep.
Here's Chapman. Out to Porzingis. And the Knicks miss again.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Webb the pass to Quarterman. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
Here's Chapman. Rebounded by Capella.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his first foul. Knox, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Some nice passing there by Houston. Passes it to Cotton. The tray. He can't get it to go. So New York will take it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last one.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
The three. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Chapman. Butler in the corner. Pass to Chapman. Just 4 to shoot. Trying to end the drought. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Down low, Cotton rejected by Chapman, and they'll keep possession. Here's Cotton. He's covered by Chapman. Tries again.
You just can't get those kinds of shots past Cousins. When he's in the area, he's really good at getting a hand on the ball.
Here's Chapman. The shot's good. Chapman's got 6 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Houston's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Now a timeout called by Houston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Checked in for New York. Young comes in for Butler. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Jackson, he's checked in for Webb. Here's Diallo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Rab kicks to Cotton. It's good from long range. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
We've got 1:55 left in the first. Here's Chapman. 6 points for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Monk. Doris is seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. 1:36 left in the first quarter of the game. Knicks with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here this summer.
Offensive rebound. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. Number 1, the Knicks. 5th best, the Rockets.
And here we've got 2 teams shooting the ball so well on the season, and neither one hesitates to pull the trigger. This is a great matchup.
And that one falls for Turner. And for Turner on the offensive end, it is all about consistency with his shot.
Right, Kevin, because with his length and athleticism, Miles Turner has proven he can be a factor on the defensive end. To me, it's about, with that face-up ability, can they count on him night after night?
The Knicks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in.
Well, to me, this franchise has got to be thrilled and excited about the upside Miles Turner has. He's a hard-nosed player who wants to be great, Kevin.
Here's Cotton. And no good that time. And New York the other way now. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
In the last meeting of these 2 teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
I think they took tremendous satisfaction from that performance and ended up winning going away. So is it something they'll look to repeat tonight?
For the 3, buries the long-range jumper. Cotton's got 6.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Chapman. 10 points for him. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Chapman. And here is Monk. He had 16 points in the win against Charlotte. Jackson from long range. Nailed from three-point land.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's the Knicks leading by just one. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but...
And that's what and a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. So for the Rockets. Here's Chapman. He's got 12. To the inside, Butler. Lee Baz was put in just the right spot. He has 6.
This guy is so good at exploiting the holes in the defense and getting inside. Jimmy Butler, high percentage finish.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins, the captain out there with Jimmy Butler. And there's Porzingis, and it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Knicks with the lead. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, the captain in the last game against the Wizards was tremendous. He ended with 28 points and filled up the stat sheet, coming away from the night with a 5 by 5. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Hey, David, thank you. Any chance he can match that guy's and that performance again here tonight?
I tell you what, I know he believes he can. His confidence right now is sky high, and he doesn't think there's anybody that can stop him.
Well, there might not be, because he's coming into this game thinking he can be just as dominant as he was the last time he took the floor.
You talked about what it takes to be a great head coach, Doris. Qualities that you think are paramount to the success, for instance, of an assistant coach.
Maybe the most important attribute to an assistant coach would be coaching with your heart and soul like it's your job on the line every night, not just the head coach's job. Right? If you pour your heart and soul into something and make that head coach's job easier, then you functioned appropriately. And the other thing it's allowed you to do is it's allowed you to accelerate your growth. You're constantly thinking, what would I do in this situation? That helps you in the long term.
Love that perspective. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Houston's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Waterman passes to Harden, and here is Webb, defended by Butler. Webb kicks to Quarterman. 5 to shoot, and the 3 ball is good. Quarterman's got 5 now. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Outside Butler, pass to Ingram. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Porzingis. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. They trail by 1. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Yes, that goes in. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for the captain. Averaging 39 points, 17 assists, and almost 5 steals. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
to the middle is Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Quarterman kicks to Capella. The dish now to Harden. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for the Knicks.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Free throw good from Harden.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
Here's Ingram. An easy 2 points on the layup. Ingram's got 5 now.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Quarterman passes to Harden. He kicks it to Webb. Here's Quarterman, defended by Chapman. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Down low. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Rockets trail by 3. Harden with it. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Charlotte.
And his passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
And there's the foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Rockets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Diallo, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Here's Chapman. 14 points for him. That's his 4th miss. He's made 5 of 9. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. First one falls for. He's perfect from the line this time. New York trailing. The kick outside to Butler. That 3 off the mark. Rockets have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter.
And Jimmy Butler, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Here's Chapman. Pocket 6. From the stripe. Oh, that's blocked. There's 1:26 left to play here in the half. And the basket by Webb. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different. Listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
Harden can't hit.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. They trail by 1. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
They drew a lot of fouls in that game, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
When your key contributors sit the bench because of foul trouble, obviously that's a problem, and they got plenty of freebies from the charity stripe.
Here's Chapman. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got 6 points in the quarter.
He is just a monster on the boards. And with those soft hands Cousins has, he's going to turn those offensive rebounds into putbacks almost every time.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Chris can't hit. The Knicks shooting 55% from the floor. We're feeling very confident offensively. Here's Chapman. 14 points for him. Good if it goes. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of... And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
No, Greg, there's no doubt. This guy has been superb at moving the ball and getting all of these guys going on the offensive end.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Clint Capella is out there with Chris. Then it's Harden. Then there's Webb. And it's Quarterman in at the point.
Yeah, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Here's Ingram on the money from 12 feet away. Ingram's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks.
No stopping Ingram when he's in a rhythm like this, especially when he gets a pass in a spot he loves to pull from.
Harden kicks to Chris. Here's the pass to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. And that one hits back iron.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Butler on the wing. Good work there as it goes. And now a 7-point Knicks lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Here's Quarterman. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Here's Chapman. He's got 16. Butler deciding where to go with it. Clock at 4. Kicks it to Cousins. Shoots over Capella.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Good work defensively by Capella. Harden against Butler. Trying to get something going. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Boy, they can't file him right now. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's Chapman. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harden against Butler. A 3. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from James Harden.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half, and now 1 for 5.
Here's Chapman. 18 points for him. It's Ingram on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And Kevin, some teams might fear a road trip, but this team has something special about them where they know how to kick it up a notch when they head out on the road.
He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 7. Cotton, the pass to Monk. He kicks it to Cotton. Down low, here's Rabb. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Rabb's got his first points in this one.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Chapman over to the left wing. Here's Knox. Lays it up and banks it in. Knox has got 5 points so far.
Physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
Now, here's Monk. Guarded by Hardaway. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Monk.
And how about the confidence from Monk? His jumper continues to look better and better with each game.
Shoots from the elbow. Chapman, that's good. Chapman's got 20.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Monk kicks to Rabb. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Chapman. He's got 20. It's Ingram on the wing.
The knowledge that Ingram possesses, well aware that the D is going to hack him in these situations.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
That free throw, no good.
And he looks totally out of sorts here.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third. And here's Quarterman. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a 16-point game. And the basket by Harden.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Here's Chapman. He's feeling it. Chris with the rebound.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Back to Porzingis. Butler passes to Chapman. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it off the glass. Chapman's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. And it'll be his 3rd foul so far. Harden against Butler. And stolen by Butler.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
Passes to Knox. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Knox has got 12 in the game.
Well, this is why Butler has become a real threat on the offensive end. Yes, he's a great scorer, but he is equally capable and adept at finding the open guy.
And so it's the New York Knicks with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action after this word. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
Rebound, loose ball. We got to get him. We got to get him. Let's go. Let's go. Got to run a little bit more.
Greg, you can tell by his voice he wants his guys to give everything they've got right now.
No doubt, especially on the backboard. For them to secure this win, that needs to happen.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. Porzingis is out there with Knox. Then there's the captain. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Butler in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Knox, the pass to Cousins. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Webb. Cousins, no good. Rockets trail by 18. Quarterman deciding where to go with it. Pass to Capella. Chris with it. He's guarded by Cousins. Quarterman kicks to Webb. Three-pointer on the way. Drills it from outside. Webb's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Houston. The Knicks leading by 15. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. To the right side. Knox. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Harden on the wing. Defended by Butler. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Habit. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
At the line for your next shot. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Chapman. That one misses. What you notice immediately with Marquise Chris, he is a high-level athlete.
Right, Kev. This guy is a big-time athlete who entered the league pretty raw skill-wise. But to me, there is so much of a ceiling here. He can learn to shoot it and put it on the deck. Look out.
Pass to Chapman. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Houston. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Harden's got the ball. The pass to Quarterman. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They led by as many as 18 points. Taken away. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Quarterman. And the rejection by Cousins. Here's Quarterman. He's covered by Chapman. 6 to shoot. Now, here is Webb. Defense is right there.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Rockets trail by 14. Timeout called the Rockets.
The amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. They can feel you.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better. And we've got to play harder if we're going to come back.
Here's Harden on the wing. Dishes to Capella. Back to Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Butler on the way. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, guys, you think about Jimmy Butler, drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and he goes from bench warmer to star. And I always had the sense that once Tom Thibodeau was no longer a part of the Chicago Bulls organization, that Jimmy Butler's days might be numbered there as well. But I think the trade ended up working for both teams.
And Doris, the Bulls are trying to change the culture, more run and gun. That new style didn't really mesh with Butler's approach.
Right. Remember, Jimmy Butler is a Tibbs disciple. Even he has said perhaps he was too confrontational. With that obsessive drive of his, it can sometimes maybe rub people the wrong way. I think he's trying to balance that intensity with positivity with this young group.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And Ingram hits his mid-range jumpers in his sleep. The defense can't allow him to get going from there.
Quarterman passes to Harden. Kicks it to Capella. Poke loose. And now the Knicks on the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level. Hard not to foul that guy.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Butler. And so Butler nails both of them. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation use their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
And Cousins at his side able to handle and finish like a guard. Very nimble in the pick and roll.
He gets trailed by 20. Quarterman kicks to Harden over Butler. And Houston again with the bucket. The Knicks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Here's Chapman, right side Porzingis. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Very hard to contend with a player with the size and touch and well-rounded offensive game that Kristaps Porzingis has.
Quarterman kicks to Capella. They get a hand on it. Inside. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Capella. And that's 31 points for James Harden. Here's Chapman. And Capella over to help. Cousins, no one around him. That one a little long. Here's Quarterman. Down low. Here's Capella. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Rabs checked in for Houston. Cousins. And another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Quarterman passes to Rab. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. First free throw is good. Harden hits them both. The Knicks leading by 16. Here's Chapman. Outside, Porzingis. Clock at 6. The shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. Pass to Webb. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Rabb. And the rejection by Cousins. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Chapman. The second chance effort. And it's laid in by Cousins. Cousins has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Here's Quarterman. Intercepted. Jumps up. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what you really like about Porzingis going end-to-end, he does it under control, right? This guy is 7 feet and masterful in space.
Here's Quarterman. He's covered by Chapman. Butler against Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jimmy Butler. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Capella kicks to Webb. Shot clock at 6. Gets the 14-footer to fall. So it's the Knicks now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Chapman. It's good. Chapman's got 11 points here in just the second half.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Timeout call for Rockets. You have to like what we're seeing from the captain.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, the captain.
And his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Here's Chapman. He kicks to Cousins. Butler dishes to Ingram. Pass to Chapman. 6 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Chapman's got 27.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Here's Quarterman. He dishes it to Capella. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. And Cousins gets it to go.
Only one thing on his mind when Cousins has the ball. In that position, he's going to finish.
Pass to Rabb. Kicks it to Webb. Now, here's Capella. He's covered by Ingram. You know, a lot of people have looked at the schedule of the NBA, Doris, and they think, you could eliminate back-to-backs of teams that face each other 4 times in a season to a 2-game series in each city. It's kind of a baseball-type feel. Would you support that?
It's an intriguing possibility to me, Kevin, because, one, it would cut down on travel, which obviously would make things a little bit better and easier for players. The travel schedule is taxing, particularly on back-to-backs. And so I don't know if there would be an opportunity for Adam Silver to maybe somehow run a test case. Would you be willing to put it in for a season, see how it fits in the overall context of the season? But it is an intriguing idea, and we are trying to improve the product no matter which way we go.
Tries it from the top of the key. Yep, that one goes.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Knicks.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams, they have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for the captain.
Boy, their ball movement was terrific, and I thought he was the key to that. This guy conducted the offense, kept everyone involved, and spread the basketball. I'll tell you, this guy does some tough work on the glass, battles as hard as anybody for those second chance opportunities.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, hi. Good timing. Shaq and Kenny have a few questions for you back in the studio.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right through here.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And welcome back to the studio here on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in a moment to speak with our post-game guest who's standing by on headset near the locker rooms.
This is Shaq. Another double-double for you tonight. Made it look easy, buddy. How are you able to control things on the offensive end with this level of consistency?
Well, a lot of what makes me look good is the system that we play in. You know, I don't really have to overthink possessions. I know my guys are going to be screen and cutting, and as long as we make the same reads, all I got to do is deliver the pass on time, and they take care of the rest. It's a really easy team to play on.
You keep playing like that, buddy, you're going to win many championships. Good luck to you, son.
That's the plan.
And thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We'll see you next time, and the time after that, too.
I should have got Jimmy a couple more shots. And Ingram, they were both cooking. They should have got more shots.